Namaste everyone, I am Manish and today we will be discussing and practicing for Firefly Tittibhasana. Okay, so we will start with some warm-up. This video is not going to be a long video. Okay, so if you want to do some warm-up on your own, okay, so you can pause the video and then do some warm-up. Or okay, we are going to record some more warm-up videos, so you can wait for that and practice with those videos also. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so we will start with some mild joint movement first. Joint movements are again very important, okay, in order to reduce the chance of injuries and increase the benefits of the postures we are doing. So we start with the wrist joint movement. Okay, one side first for 5 counts. 1, make sure you are doing a proper inhalation and exhalation. 2, with ujjayi breath. 3, keeping the head in line with the spine. 4 and 5. Now start moving your fist other side. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then you stretch your arms out a little bit, warm up for your arms and shoulders as well. So start moving your arms one side for 5 counts. 1, 2, keep doing a deep inhalation and exhalation. 3, keep stretching your fingers away from each other. 4, your arms away from each other. And 5. Now other side for next 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now when we are talking about Tittibhasana Firefly, okay, so we need good arm strength, good core strength, with good strength with the hips. Not only strength, but we need good flexibility. Okay, so if we have good flexibility, so it becomes easier for us to adjust the leg on the shoulder. And if we can do this, okay, so then Firefly becomes much easier for us to do. So not only the hip flexibility we need good flexibility with the hamstring, back of the knee and calf muscle, so we can straight the leg in the final posture. Okay, so arm strength, wrist strength, core strength, flexibility with the hip and flexibility with the back of the leg. Okay, so let's do some warm up for that also. So you can start with the garland pose. So this is a very good posture for making the hip flexible and strong. Okay, press your elbows away from each other for opening the hips and your thumbs in between the chest and press your palms to each other there. You can lift your big toes up, okay, for 5 count. Keep breathing there. 1, 2, very good warm up for the hip. 3, 4 and 5. Now from here you need to sit down on the mat and do the butterfly. Move your knees up and down. Again, this is we are doing for the hip for flexibility. Keep moving your knees up and down for next 5 counts. 1, with the straight back. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now after this, what you do, you can keep the one leg as it is and then lift the other leg. So right leg as it is, lift the left leg up. Okay, so in order to adjust the knee on the shoulder, first we need to be able to hug the leg like this. So you adjust your calf muscle, like your forearms, your calf muscles like this, and try to hug your leg, interlace your fingers, back straight, and try to push your ankle towards your chest. So this helps you to improve the flexibility with the hip. And you can move your leg side by side, okay, for 5 counts. 1, the straight back. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then you release the leg down and you switch the side. If with bended leg it is difficult for you to balance, so you can straight this leg like this. So easy to balance also. And then you need to hug your leg like this, interlace your fingers, back straight, and push your ankle to the chest. So you can stretch your hip and start moving your hip side by side for next 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. With exhale, release. Okay, shake your legs a little bit. Now we will go to the next step. So first step was warming up the hips, warming up the legs, and warming up the shoulders. Okay, now Next one is we need to practice to control the body a little bit. So for that, what we do, we are in downward dog, we bend the knees, throw the hips up and try to land with our legs outside of our hands with control. Okay, so what we do, we bend the knee, throw the hips up and try to land with the control for garland pose, like this. Then again, you place your palms down and with control, try to take your legs back for downward dog facing pose. Okay, so throw the hips up, use your arm strength and take the legs back for downward dog like this. So again, bend your knees, throw the hips and here, garland pose. So you need to do this 3 more times. Palms down with exhale, throw the hips up, downward dog. Then bend your knees with inhale for garland pose. 2 more times. Exhale, palms down, downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, throw the hips, control and garland pose. Okay, 1 more time. Palms down, hips up, downward dog. Then last one, jump, garland pose, like this. Okay. So now, after all this some small warm up, okay, we will try to go for the main posture because our arms are warmed up, our hips are warmed up. Okay, now we will try to do the final and main posture. So final main posture also we start with the garland pose. So what you do, you are in garland pose, you need to place your palm down and hips up. Lift the hips up 90 degrees. Okay, then one by one you need to adjust your shoulder under your back of the knee. Okay, so for that what you do, you lift the heel up and adjust the shoulder under your back of the knee. Okay, like this. And place the palm behind the heel. Then same thing you need to do with the other hand. Lift the heel up and adjust the shoulder under your back of the knee. Like this. And palms behind. Now, make sure for this, as I was saying, we need good flexibility with the hip. If not so, our elbows, our knees will be falling out like this. Okay, and we will not able to do the main posture. Okay, so adjusting the shoulder. Then from here, what you need to do first, you need to shift the body weight forward on your, backward on your palms and just lift the one leg up first, step by step, and then try to stretch it as much as you can. Then exhale and inhale, switch the side and try to stretch the other leg. Bend and straight. Bend and straight. Exhale, bend and straight. Exhale, bend and straight. Okay, and then one more time with the hold. Inhale straight and hold for 5 counts. 1, keep breathing. 2, toes pointed. 3, 4 and 5. Exhale, inhale, switch and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now from here you need to sit down, and before going for the final posture, little bit normalize your breath. Again, we need to have the control over our breath, so it becomes easy for us to be more balanced, more stable in the posture. Okay, so you can do the butterfly and do some normal wrist rotations, and same time try to normalize your breath for next 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now let's try the final posture. Okay, so again you can start with the downward dog, and then you bend your knees, jump and come for the garland pose like this. Okay, one by one adjust the shoulder under your back of the knee. Okay, heel up and then place the palm behind the hip, heel down. Same thing with the other side, like this, palms down. And then from here, you start shifting your body weight on your palms. Okay, keep your chest facing down, and then one by one, try to straighten the legs as much as you can. Like this.
You can take your chest a little bit more down if you can, and try to straighten the legs. Like this. Okay? And then gently release and do the wrist rotation. Okay? Again, after this, it is very important to do the counter stretch. Okay? So, counter stretch like this. Here. Turn your back of the palm on the mat, fingers spread it, and hold it there for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch aside, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then sit, do the wrist rotation, and with this, we are good for today. Thank you so much for joining the class, and if you want to learn more about these type of balancing posture and more deeply about the firefly, okay, so we'll be coming with more longer videos with more exercises, more warm-up, and with more technique. Thank you so much for doing the practice with us. See you soon. Thank you.